So I got this AP Products Thin Shade RV window. My doors don't have windows in them. So I'm putting a window in. I already did one front door, now I'm doing the back door. It comes with a template on the back, but I measured it with the outline of this. This is the front side of the window, and that template's actually bigger than this, so I would recommend cutting it out around this bottom edge here that sits actually up against the door. So I'm gonna trace that and cut it out, and then this will slide right in. I already did one. So what I did was I took this window out right here with the glass out because I had it dropped twice already on the other one and it almost broke, and that would really not be good. So I took it out and I'm gonna trace it now. I measured from here, you know, but I looked at some other RV windows and it was about 5.5 inches to this right here. So I got that about that right now. So it's about 4 inches to right that line right there. Then I got the center of the door, both sides down there, and then I measured the sides all the way down to make sure it was just even. So now I'm gonna trace it and we'll get going here. All around this bottom edge here, it's like a lip. It's gonna slide right into this hole once it's cut out. Alright, here's my lines for the window right here. Looks pretty good to me. Pretty even. And I'm gonna use a jigsaw to cut this out, but first I'm gonna drill some. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna drill at the radiuses of this stencil here. You want to make sure that you got a drill bit that's as wide, or if not a little bit wider than the actual jigsaw blade. So I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna make sure I'm not going over this line either, you know, it's just to get you started and help you out. Kind of look at it, you know, get it close to the line, but don't go over it. So if you can see the holes, they go right up to that line just about. It's not perfect, that's okay. Alright, so now we're gonna get the jigsaw. One thing I forgot to mention is you definitely want to tape around this outside edge with the blue tape, because the jigsaw will scratch up the outside of the door. And it may not matter as much because that lip on the window might cover it up, but just in case, I recommend doing it. Get right up to that line, not on the line, just use the line to cut it. Like that. The corner, I don't get too crazy with it, just put it up against the line, I don't try to follow the line or anything. It's not a big deal right there. You can help me push that tape down, the edges. Alright, so here's what we got. Having Maddox push the edges of the tape down. Because last time I cut it out, I caught it with the jigsaw and I started peeling it up. It just made it a little bit harder to cut. And this you kind of want to be, you know, fairly good cut, but it doesn't have to be perfect. But as perfect as you can make it. So I got these Bosch T-shank metal. Each jigsaw might have a different fitting, but mine's T-shank. And it's a Bosch metal bit. It's got 36 teeth per inch. I got that because I want a fine cut, you know. I don't want a rough cut, so I just went straight from the metal one. I watched Apartment B's video, and he mentioned that he might do a laminate one, but he just went straight to the metal as well, so it's probably your best bet. All right, so here goes. so this is the cutout from the window. Pretty much throw that away. So I'm gonna take the tape off, and if you can tell, it kind of peeled up right here. Didn't peel up to the actual door, but the tape started peeling up. So you'd be looking at maybe a few. See, there's like a slight line along this one, kind of like apartment B talks about. So you're just protecting the door there. Cut. All right, so this is the front of the window. I took the glass out because, like I said, the glass will fall. I'm just gonna check, make sure. Look at that, slides right in. No movement. There's a seal in here for the glass as well. There's a seal for the outside, but there's a seal for glass. I'm just gonna center it over that. You kind of can't mess this up, but I just like to make sure it's in place where I want it and push it down, because the seal kind of holds, but it's not good enough. When you turn it upside down, it will fall out. So now the apartment B talking about how he would have flipped it on its side and put the window in, but that would work. But if you can have a second set of hands, I think it's much easier, just to make sure you don't break the glass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this door over on this, so that the inside is facing up now, and I'm gonna have my son, we're gonna push the window up, and he's gonna hold it up while I just get some screws started. So this is the back side of the window, the one that holds the actual shade in here. Basically, shade comes like this. You got a shade part and the bottom part. That's supposed to be in there. Alright, so what you want here is this needs to be facing inside this little handle. That's how you pull shade down. This goes like this. And if you look right here, closer, there's these little I don't even know what you want to call them, little clips. That's what holds this in. It fits. This top piece fits in there like that, and then the bottom piece fits in here like that. Come look close. If you look right here, over here, see, it holds it in like that. So you kind of want to have this set up before you get the other side in, because you're gonna put this in and sandwich it together. All right, so this is the important part of the whole thing, is getting this up in here and then holding it so that it doesn't fall, because it is glass and it will break. Put one hand here, one hand here. Okay, don't let go. Okay. Okay. If you're gonna get tired or whatever, let me know. But don't get started here. All right. I'll put this in wrong.
My arms are tired.
I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. Real quick after this, I just fixed it. Couldn't figure out that for a second. Just keep holding, you got it? Mm-hmm. Alright. Dang it. Can't believe I just did that. Alright, now it'll work. Now hold up for us, okay? Door, just to get a small bead of clear silicone around it, just for extra layer of protection. So I'm just gonna get a small bead around here just to protect it. It comes just like that. Back and wipe some of this because they get a little big in some areas. Kind of smooth it out. Make it look halfway decent. Alright, and that's the completed window. I will show you what it looks like when it's... One thing I wanted to talk about that I tried looking up online was how to remove and install just the door, not the frame. And it's really easy. You got these hinges here, 3 screws each, all the way up. And that's all that's holding the door on to the frame. So super easy to put back on, take off. But that was one thing that was gonna keep me from doing this job, because I wasn't completely sure about what it entailed to take it on and off. All right, let's put it back on. Final product, I think looks way better than just having generic white doors. I'm happy with it. Tinted glass, shade when you want it. It's a good product. So I don't do YouTube videos, how-tos, or anything like that. I don't support products. I really just don't do videos. But I really wanted windows in my camper door, and I did a lot of looking around, and you just can't find a lot out there for video-wise or even website-wise about installing a window in your camper door. And I really wanted one, because every time I go to a campsite, I'm like, man, it just looks that much better when there's a window in that door. And I had 2 doors that didn't have windows and just looked generic. So I finally watched Apartment B's video, who I talked about a couple times, and his video is very informative, but there were a couple things that I was still on the fence about. But I went out and just did it, and I hope, you know, this helps people, because this window is actually really awesome. It's got the shade in here. You can pull it down. It looks great. I love it, because now I can see out my door when I need to, somebody knocks or whatever it is. I hope this helps somebody out there that's on the fence about maybe getting this product, because it's a great product. I would highly recommend it. It was super easy to install. You just got to make sure you do your cuts right and things like that. But it probably took me less than an hour per door, and I did 2 of them today. And it's raining now, but I can't say enough good things about this.